Hooray. And there was much rejoicing.
Yay. Doc has a microphone again. And it looks like OBS is picking it up. Alright. So that was one failed start. I made hilarious jokes about how Linus was on drugs. We're all on drugs.
We're all on drugs.
I'm still recovering from getting hammered yesterday playing Warframe.
So how did that go for
Great.
you?
Great, honestly. Warframe's kind of still a really fun game. When you have people to play with. When you're playing it solo, I don't really do that anymore, I guess. When I'm solo, I dojo decorate. There we go. Hey!
Hello there.
Hey, look who it is.
Oh, it's Leetness.
Hey, Leetness.
I'm fixing my shit. One
Special guest star. The Leetness. He's here. He's here because we're going to unveil something that's just very amazing. And I did this just for you guys after Masami's suggestion last week. So if you have the stream up or if you ever watch the video, you will notice that now there's a scroll at the bottom.
There's what now?
I'm gonna have to reset this because it has not been 33 weeks since the Lateness was on a podcast. It is now down to 0. It has been 0. It has been 0 episodes since Masami made a pun. It has been 0 weeks since Doc had a drink. It has been 1 week since Fluffy shit posted.
Hello there.
And it has been 0 weeks since Zero played WoW.
Yep. I was playing it earlier.
There we go.
Oh,
I'm now
I love it.
sorted out.
So there we go. Now we have a crawl. Or a scroll, rather. It's not a crawl, it's a scroll. A scroll.
I mean, it is crawling across the screen.
0 weeks, huh? Wow. Wow.
Yeah. How you doing, Lateness? How's your microphone situation?
Is my microphone good?
Yeah. You sound good.
Okay. Yay.
You know, it's just been forever since I heard your dulcet tones, so I'm kind of excited right now.
Yay, you and me.
Alright, yeah, Lenas, tell us more about V Rising.
Yeah, I'm hard as a rock.
Okay. V Rising. What's to tell? You do vampire things, and you build stuff with vampire stuff, and kill things.
Okay, what's... You build things with vampire stuff. So, not lumber? Is there, like... special vampire concrete?
You harvest lumber from actual trees, not from vampire stuff, and then stone and mine and all this shit, and then you kill stuff, and then you get you get like different powers based on the type of animal or creature that you kill. It's kind of interesting. It's like a different take on an ARPG, which I kind of enjoyed when I played it.
It's super fun. I love it.
It is fun. I found so the progression is pretty cool as well. You basically constantly going up on different monster levels and trying to beat harder and harder packs. You get like this book that you've got to follow to kill different different like bosses, and when you do, you gain like an upgrade. There's a big crafting system in it as well, and you can build all sorts of different contraptions in your lair, I guess, that help you with your progression and crafting. And then you can enslave humans as well inside of your castle, which is quite nice.
Can you keep them as, like, blood banks?
Yeah, basically. You harvest blood from them. And then the other thing that's pretty cool about it is there's a day-night system, and obviously being a vampire, you can't be out in the day, so you take damage when you go out. and it's
Yeah.
daytime.
Yeah,
Which is
Zero.
pretty
I don't want to alarm you or anything, but your house doesn't have a roof.
You don't get roofs until later in the game.
That seems like a progression error.
It is very much a progression error, but the good thing is that you can make these mist braziers, and you burn bones in them,
Yeah.
and they create cover for you. Ow.
I haven't played it in a
Braziers
while.
or braziers?
No,
Yes.
braziers.
Brazzers.
The correct answer is yes.
Yeah. Vampire brazzers. That's totally a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a
So
fun
yeah,
game.
I read a review that in essence said you get to be the weakest creature known in existence, a vampire, and you get to spend a whole lot of time grinding gear so that you can fight the strongest creatures in existence, normal humans.
Yeah. It is strange.
Well, it's not.
But-
I mean, it kind of makes sense to me, because if you just think about how vampires operate in lore, there are more ways to kill a vampire than there are to kill a normal person. That's deep.
Sure. I
mean,
That's
yeah,
deep
no.
thinking. Deep thinking.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
no. I was thinking
that's-
about it.
100% right.
I was thinking about it for a second. I don't know if I believe it, but I'll take your word for it.
Stab a vampire with a stake, or stab a human with a stake. Yeah, sure. Cut a vampire's head off, cut a human's head off. Yeah, sure. Set a human on fire. Set a vampire on fire. Yeah, sure. Put a vampire in the sun. Well, now vampires have one up, because I like people like the sun. Sun good.
But
So, yeah.
I
Unless
guess if
you're
the
me
human
and
was
then
in-
sun bad.
if you're in the sun for too long, you might die.
Yeah, prune up. Well, that's why the sun sets every day. It's because the sun took this into account years ago and was like, all right, I'll only be up for 12 hours a day so the people don't prune, pickle, whatever. Shrivel? What's it called when you turn a grape into a raisin?
Demoisten?
Dehydrate?
There you go.
I think Masami's right, but I like demoisten better.
It's the same thing.
It's
It's not.
Sounds like dehydration with more steps.
Less moist? Slightly
No.
less moist.
it's well known that we prefer it dry and crusty here.
I
Yes,
don't
have
like
you seen the Discord?
Yeah. Yes. But to Fluffy, no, wait, that doesn't really count as shit posting when Fluffy was posting all the cursed gifts that pixelate and artifact and all the rest of that. What's up, Kirby?
That completely fucked with my head because I was very much high on pain medicine last night.
I wanted to add one in, but I can't remember where my gif of Allison Brie went. It's Allison Brie, and she just like smiles at you and tilts her head, and then the artifact just takes over, and it's horrifying. It is nightmare fuel. I love it.
Sounds amazing.
It really is.
I'm in for it.
So, Leetness, what are you wearing?
PJs, because I was in bed. I got out of bed to come to this.
Aww.
Yeah.
See,
Honored by
honored.
your presence.
Yeah,
I
we
was
appreciate
in bed, already taking my sleeping tablets, and Janica was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I haven't been on podcast for so long. I feel bad. I should do some podcasting."
I did actually count since the last anniversary podcast. Yeah, it has been 33 weeks since you were last on a podcast, and now the counter will start again.
Oh
Yay.
goodness!
That's fine.
0 weeks since the leakness was. I'm looking at it right now.
That's
Yep.
exciting. You've reset the counter.
Yeah,
Yay!
I realize now that I've made more work for myself because now I have all these stats to track, but most of them I expect to stay at 0.
Aren't you tracking them anyways for the anniversary podcast?
No, I didn't do that either. Maybe you're right. I should keep like a little pad and just
Yes,
sort of
there
check
you
off
go.
every time Masami makes a pun. That's a pad in
Oh
itself.
god, that would be a whole notepad in and of itself.
Right, that's a lot of little check marks to count.
Get-
But
It's a
Get
lot of
graph-
fucking work. Sounds like a
graph-
lot of work.
Just get graph paper, those ones with like the tons of lines and
yeah,
boxes, and then you can just say this is the number of puns, and then you just check it.
Don't worry. I'll help you pad your results.
Oh god,
I think that's one there.
he did the thing.
I'm so depressed.
Oh no, I think you're gonna have fun with this. Besides, you've created an incentive tracker. This is an achievement system.
Oh no, we're gonna have to do achievements in the Discord now, aren't we? Damn it!
Oh, that's another
It's not
really
like
good
me
idea.
to my employees, like when I tell them that they're going to do something bad, and then I say it's an incentive system.
Oh yeah, how are your employees, Leetness? Have you driven them by the lash yet?
I'm surprised that they stay.
I'm surprised that they live.
That too.
If looks could kill, Leetness would go to jail for life.
Probably.
That's
Yeah,
great.
but I did. I have given them time off recently. It's been good. They also get this Thursday off.
Yes, because it's a national fucking holiday.
Doesn't shit in the private sector.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Exactly.
do jack shit.
See, Omega knows what I'm talking about.
I'm picturing Linus telling his minions in that accent that they have to work the 4th of July. Just-
Yeah, I would have to ask you to come to work.
No, you have to say it in the strong British accent. That way, it really pisses people off.
also, yeah, show up wearing a colonial redcoat uniform.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's
In
not a
that
holiday
part
in
of
England. Sorry.
Louisiana?
I live in this country, but I hate it. Goddammit.
It's
Yeah.
a bold thing to do in that part of Louisiana.
Yep.
That's very bold.
Okay. I can hold my own.
For about 15 seconds, right, Linus?
Oh, that no. They call me 2 second man.
Oh, there you go.
Oh. Well, that was an entertaining image of Leetness in a British military uniform circa 1770 being beaten with pipes by a bunch of hicks. And there was also an alligator there for some reason.
Oh, yeah, it's Louisiana and the
You've
swamp
gotta-
country. Of
I was
course
gonna
there's an
say,
alligator.
they've got to have a way to get rid of the body.
Oh, you're
Right?
probably right. My subconscious is way ahead of me.
Well, at least something is.
Yeah, all right.
Oh shit!
I'll take
Damn.
it.
That was pretty dark.
Masami, Jesus, man, leave the guy alone. He's had a rough enough day. He's nursing a hangover.
God, my hangover
Well, this-
yesterday was legendary. I was in so much pain.
At least it's not a hang under.
Heyo. Yeah, Doc and I, we've had this discussion. Doc and I don't have hang unders. That's not a thing.
Just trying to... No, all I keep on thinking about are balls.
So I will say it is like a
Wipe
piece
a little
of though.
better.
I will say it is like a piece of rice bouncing on a hacky sack. So
Yeah, we have enormous balls. We've
if
got
we
the
find
biggest balls of them all. I don't think I have that one, Linus.
I would put my penis in it.
Yeah, it's that one.
You have very big brain balls.
I still have it. It's just not on the soundboard right now. It got replaced by
Come on, guys, knock it off.
from the boys from Deep's promotional TV spot.
That is good though.
I'm the deep, and the children look offended.
Yeah. Yeah. So season 4 of The Boys is doing pretty well.
I've still got to finish. The new ones that came out this week. I haven't watched them yet, or last week.
Oh man. Yeah. So here's the takeaway so far from season 4 of The Boys. What if the Human Centipede, that movie, what if that was voluntary? There you go.
Oh no.
And you were the Human Centipede with yourself.
Hey, listen, depending on where you are in that chain, everybody's gonna have a spot where they're happiest.
I mean, that was something.
Okay. Omega's not wrong.
Well, under that theory, I'm sure you can get a leg up.
Oh God.
Okay, Kyle. I will eat a spicy cuttlefish. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was great. I'm running the podcast tonight, aren't I? I'm doing a shitty job. Oh, boy.
Wasn't a whole lot of news this week, if I'm being 100% honest.
There wasn't a terrible lot of news, but there was something cool that popped up in my Steam feed, and that is that now game recording is now native in Steam. This is a feature that's available in the Steam beta. If you use the Steam beta, you can go into your settings right now. In this whole site that just explains it, or this page, sorry, that explains it, makes it sound like now by default it'll be recording in the background. That was not the case when I went into my settings. It's off by default. It has two modes that you can use. First mode is, it automatically records everything, and it doesn't exceed a certain file size. It just, records the last 5 minutes and then starts recording over itself again. So that way you can just you can stop and push a button and it will export all whatever just happened in your game. So you never have to miss anything. The second mode that it has is manual recording. Push a button, start, push a button, stop. But this is now integrated into Steam. Game recording.
It is neat.
It looks like there's an not a sophisticated editor, but there is an editor here too, so you can clip things and mute things, whatever. So there we go.
Muting is fun.
Kosen can capture all of the most hilarious moments in Elden Ring when he gets splattered against a wall.
Yeah.
I saw that's on sale.
He's really enjoying the new DLC. Apparently it's not quite another game's worth of content, but it's pretty damn close in his
Is he still fighting naked?
No, he's put armor back on now.
That's too bad.
So, I know. I figured you would be disappointed. But it did last for a while. You'll be proud. At least a solid 3 days.
If I was ever to make another D&D character, I would probably I'd go for some character where I could just stack into Constitution. I could get as many hit points as possible, and then I would have no armor.
That's a barbarian.
Yeah,
I don't want that barbarian crap where it's just like, oh, you have your AC is increased for the amount of Constitution that you have, and you don't need to wear. I don't want any of that. No, I just want flat 12 AC and a lot of hit points so that I can go in there and be a masochist. My character would love getting hurt.
That.
I mean, that's true.
You can do that.
I'd be a paladin. I'd be a paladin with massive Constitution and no armor.
The paladin
The
of
other option. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The other option would just be a bunch of +1s to your AC. But yeah, you can go.
Self-flagellation. Whatever god my paladin worshipped, he would be totally into self-flagellation. Remember when Paul Bettany was in the Da Vinci Code?
He was?
Yeah, Jarvis. He was in the Da Vinci Code.
You know what I know Paul Bettany from? And it was literally the first time I ever managed to see that man in a film.
Please say Master and Commander.
Close. No, that was second. A Knight's Tale.
Oh! You're
He's
totally fucking right!
Butt-ass naked, walking down. He's trotting down the way, completely butt-ass naked. That is the first time I ever saw Paul Bettany on screen, and it was in all of his glory.
You're totally fucking right. I've seen that movie 1,000,000 times, and that is absolutely Paul Bettany.
That was a pretty hilarious way to start that movie.
That was a fucking brilliant entrance. I loved every minute of it.
There was a lot. Just generally speaking, there were a lot of really fantastic people in that movie.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Master and Commander was also badass because he fucking did surgery on himself. That's badass.
That is true.
May have been a movie, but it was still. I enjoy most movies that man is in. He has good taste in what he chooses.
And then he did the Da Vinci Code, where he played an albino sycophant.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
He does weird good. He was also in A Beautiful Mind, doing great weird stuff.
You know, I've never seen that one. Meant to. Never have.
Such a good movie.
I remember thinking that it's a good movie. It was really strange for me because Russell Crowe is not normally the sort of person who plays a math genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he normally plays the musclehead character.
He did it real well. Also, Jennifer Connelly was in that movie, so that's always a good time.
Yeah, she's always good too.
Aw, now I want to watch Labyrinth.
That's valid.
Specifically because David Bowie in, like, rhinestone spandex.
I was about to say for the package.
Yeah, there's...
The potpourri package.
Dance, baby, dance.
There's a lot of deli meat in that movie.
I used to love that movie.
Yeah. Oh gosh, alright. So that was the Steam news. Masami, what did I say I was going to ask you? Oh! So, every once in a while, usually when I'm drunk right before I go to bed, I cycle down around to my Dice Cloud page and read amusing things that happened to our party because I wrote it all down. I have 5 or 6 audio recordings that I specifically requested from my last campaign. I was just wondering if you saved any of them. Please.
I never delete or throw anything away.
Oh my god, you're the same as I am. Great. So you've just got a Google? Is it a Google Drive or is it a physical drive? Cloud or a hard drive?
So technically both, and I'll tell you why it's technically both. I pay Microsoft for Office because both Coast and I use it, and for doing that, they throw you a terabyte of OneDrive storage in just for grins and giggles. So I just save everything to my OneDrive folder, and it's literally why when I got the new laptop you helped me pick up. Thank you, by the way. I was literally able to kind of just like log in my account information, and it's all right there. It was like transferring to a new phone. It was brilliant. Beautiful. So, technically they are on the hard drive of my old laptop, which I still have, but they are also saved into the OneDrive because I have big audio for.
I know that might be a huge project, but yeah. I volunteer to also have a copy of all of them, so that...
literally, I just need to click a few times and get a link and send it to you.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
I have to log into a Microsoft account, so if you don't have one.
Yeah, no, I do not, but we'll figure it out. That would be awesome if I could have those, please.
I just got an Uber. Well, sorry, whatchamacallit?
You got an Uber?
An Uber Unique.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Oh, you're playing Diablo. Diablo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at me! I'm Leetness, and I can get Uber Uniques. Dick.
Jeez. The salt.
I'm not salty at all. I have never seen an Uber Unique in all of my time of playing Diablo 4. I have not gotten one.
I've done a bunch. I mean, I think Omega's got the best luck out of all of us. His like secondary run, he got a freaking Shaco, and that was before this season with the like buffs to all of that shit.
Yeah, before the increased generosity.
Yeah, he got it on the shit generosity level.
That is, so far, though, the only Uber Unique that I have found.
It's my third this season. I've gotten, so now that's Ring of Starless Skies, I got Tyrael's Might, and I got the Shaper.
It's okay, Zero. I've never seen one either.
Thank you, Doc. Solidarity. I appreciate it.
It does require playing the actual game.
Huh?
Excuse me, sir.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay, I was about ready to get very upset.
That was directed at someone else that didn't get one.
Zero, how's your homemade bidet coming?
I prefer to call it the deep cleaning cycle.
What?
So if you have, if you know anyone that's got a house or a garden or needs to spray for ants or shit like that, if you have one of those pressure sprayers that you just sort of pump and then you got the nozzle, I thought that was an ingenious idea to stick that on the back of a toilet and you just have the water in the little pump chamber right next to you. You just sort of pump it up anytime you want to use the bidet, and then push a button and release. I thought it was a great idea.
So,
or the snake option.
No, nightmare fuel. No, sir.
Snake is friend. Snake is undercarriage inspector.
No, he is not. No, sir.
Yeah, that is terrible. I did see that, and I was like, "Yeah, I'd sell my house. I'd probably burn it."
Well, no. Okay. In the snake's defense, I wouldn't burn my house down over a snake.
No.
I would call animal control and have them come and and get the snake. Now, if it was that spider that Fluffy posted, nah, hell no. Whole house getting burned down. That's it. Mm-mm.
No, I mean, spiders don't bother me, but definitely snake, I'd probably burn the house down.
Spiders don't bother you. When's the last time you went to Australia?
I mean, I lived in Africa.
That's not the same thing. There is so much shit that lives in your house uninvited in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that is really cool. When I was there and we were staying at this place that was in the middle of the rainforest, there were a lot of bugs that were all over the house, but every single night, without fail, there was an army of geckos that came out and were all over the walls eating moths and mosquitoes and everything, and it was great. It worked fine. Because geckos are cute.
Yeah, they're nice. They're good buddies. They eat all the new-news, as we call it.
Oh, goodness. Well, speaking of... yeah, I got nothing. There's a Frostpunk 2 beta. Came out. It's come and gone, and people have given their feedback to the developer, and it was mostly positive, but the developer has announced that they're going to push game release back at least 2 months because there are things that they have planned to put into the game later as part of updates that they now feel should just be in the base game. So as far as reasons to push back your game release, I think that's a pretty good one. I'm not sure what the thinking was originally, because they don't really get into details of what those features are. They just say certain features and modifications.
It's a feature.
I like hearing that, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. I guess highlights, they get a little bit into it, I guess. Extensive UI and UX enhancements, and by popular demand, there will be a new city feature called Zoom Stories, which are basically zoom-ins available in specific city parts that allow you to watch the day-to-day life of your citizens. Early feedback has been very positive about those, so yeah. I do actually like that idea, the ability to go and watch your citizens doing specific things. It lends to the immersion.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
So there you go. Frostpunk 2. Where was it? From July 25th to September. Yeah, so Frostpunk 2 is now due out September 20th of this year. It will be, I believe, a $45 game. There will be an option to pay more to guaranteed get the DLC that's planned to come out next year. But what I'm paying the most attention to and what I want to see is that when they release it, it's actually a finished game, and it doesn't require the DLC to be better. That's always been my attitude towards DLC. It should be more like decorating the already iced cake, not icing the non-iced cake. That was a deep metaphor. Wow, I'm full of it tonight.
Well,
We love your
suppose you gotta
deepness.
go deep in one way or another.
Hey, dude,
Elbow deep.
that's not cool.
I gotta love that guy. The actor who plays Deep is the amount of shit that I imagine these guys take. Oh, that was where this thought comes from. There was an interview with Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, and he understandably does not appreciate it when people on the street treat him like Homelander, because that's a character. Anthony Starr is not a psychopathic asshole in real life.
Huh.
Really? he's a pretty chill dude.
I don't know. I don't buy it. It's too good. Character.
Yeah.
That was
I feel like
something I saw
I'm
on.
incapable of separating what I see on TV from reality.
Yes. That was a tweet on somebody's some tweet I saw. It was just like it was a picture of Homelander. I was like, why do I get the feeling that the guy playing Homelander isn't actually acting? My first thought was just like, because he's a good actor. He's been in other stuff. He was in Xena, for fuck's sake.
Really?
Yes.
What did he play?
He was not like a recurring character as far as I know. Well,
okay.
I haven't finished watching all 6 seasons of Xena again. I'm not sure if he does come back. He was a guy in an episode.
he was
Okay.
left boob.
I don't feel so bad then, because I'm like,
Hey, Carl Urban was also in Xena, and he played... Who was he? He was like Mercury? He was a god.
something like that. I don't remember precisely, but it wouldn't surprise me. He's pretty godlike.
Oh, and Mercury that's Rome. That would be Hermes, huh?
Yes, correct.
Xena's Greek.
Well,
For the
then he
most part,
then
yeah.
he played what's his name in the Thor movie.
Oh yeah, he played indecisive, grumpy, kind of bad man.
Yeah,
He had a
bad man with a heart of gold.
He had a fun character. I wish there was more ambiguity like that in whatever. So season 4 of The Boys out now. Fucking
Watch it. It's good.
Watch it. It's good.
good.
There's a lot of gore and adult situations. Rated M for mature.
Still haven't watched it.
I watched part of the first season, but I hit a point where something else got my attention.
See if Steph wants to watch it.
Let's see. Oh, Shogun is also the first season of Shogun, or the first part, book, whatever, of Shogun is also done. Finished that up. Very well made show. And I still got to finish watching Scavenger's Reign, because I like that show. It's weird. And the Acolyte is still tanking.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
I
Considered, but decided not to.
The way everybody talks about it, I don't think anybody needs to watch it. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Oh God!
Oh,
No.
We know together.
Make it stop.
Just couldn't hold it back anymore, could you, Masami?
Oh God!
What are you talking about? When do I hold back? What is holding back? I'm confused.
The hold never bothered me anyway.
No God!
Oh, 3 points to you, Doc. That was amazing.
That's a 3-pointer! I got a 3-pointer. It has been 0 weeks since Doc made a pun.
I hate it here.
You feel the exact opposite, actually.
Well,
Mom, come
some
pick
days,
me up.
yes.
There are
Yep.
puns here.
Oh, now I'm sad. My mom's dead.
Oh, come on. I can't win. Fine, we'll change the subject. Masami, why is that wig to the right of your monitor there? You know, the one
Is there
with the
seriously
the one
a
with
wig?
the princess crown on it.
And can I have it?
And can I wear
Crown
it?
of the wig.
I mean,
Yes.
I would say this is if you trek all the way out into the middle of nowhere and come and see me physically, you can put on the wig, you can put on the crown. I will even take your picture, and then I will take them off.
that's a long way to drive.
It's worth it for a wig and crown, though, dude.
Shit, you're right. Fucking hell. Well, at least this time I don't have to drive a U-Haul all the way out there. I can have
Yes,
a
you can
car.
do this.
You'll just,
You can do the speed limit.
you'll just be hauling yourself. You'll be you hauling yourself.
Oh God.
Did you know that an F-650 can, in fact, haul 20,000 pounds of crap and do 75 miles an hour?
Very
Mhm.
nice.
That was a good
Yes.
truck that I had. It was one of the newer U-Hauls. It had features in it like Bluetooth pairing and cruise control.
Wow, you got the fancy U-Hauls out there on the East Coast.
Oh no, I picked that one up in Missoula. All right, yeah, I drove from Missoula to Massachusetts. But yeah, that was the fanciest one that they had for sure. The first one that I drove was like probably made in the 1990s. It had been very well cared for. It was a lovely truck, and I appreciated it. But it had no cruise control. It had no radio. It had no nothing. Just the bare bones. Also, cruise control is kind of useless once you get past Minnesota, because nobody from that state to the east has any concept of how to use cruise control ever on the highway. They just don't.
Have you seen that part of the country?
Yes,
I want to
many
get through
times.
as fast as reasonably possible.
Yeah. But
That's
everybody,
why South Dakota increased their speed limit to like 80 or 85. I can't remember what it actually is.
Christ. Yeah, you guys might be higher than Montana now. Montana used to have the highest national speed limit. Oh, Montana was the last state to put in speed limits, period. They used to have none, and then they put them in on the highway, and they're like, okay, don't go faster than 80, which means don't go faster than 90.
Yeah.
We know how this works. Speed limit,
there's
more like
always
speed
what I-
suggestion.
There's always what I like to call the 5 mile per hour resident bonus. If you are a resident of the state, you can get away with up to 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, unless you're in a big ass city and you have to go with the flow of traffic, and then it's whatever speed the traffic is going out of, because you don't dare go the actual speed limit, because then you will turn into a hazard.
Yeah, I feel like New York is like that.
Chicago.
I was gonna say Boston. You're right. There's nobody going the speed limit on Sturo Drive. You just go.
Mm-hmm.
God help you if you try to drive a consistent speed in the city of Boston. You'll just get fucked over.
Yeah,
I love how occasionally, just ever so occasionally, that Bostonian Massachusetts accent kind of comes out in your voice. But then you hide it real fast.
So usually when that comes out, there's going to be a lot of inappropriate language following it. I say a lot of really heinous shit when I drive.
This surprises me not a bit.
it's
0% surprise.
It's part of my cultural identity as a masshole. All right, speaking of cultural identity, you want to see something horrible here? It's a picture of the Zuck. Mark Zuckerberg has accused AI competitors of attempting to, quote, create God. And this is just, Mark released this kind of a rant about just generally how artificial intelligence is being developed and how everybody is trying to make the smartest one, and everybody's trying to, the quote is, I find it a pretty big turnoff when people in the tech industry talk about building this one true AI. It's almost as if they think they're creating God or something. So, yeah, this is something Mark Zuckerberg talked about for a while.
I'm only going to say this once. If somebody asks you if you're a god, you say
yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Sucks just mad because everyone's image of God is not him.
No. When I think Mark Zuckerberg
is getting closer to it than he is.
Yeah, that's more like. Seriously, Masami, you think he's mad that God doesn't look like an eyebrowless, soulless ginger? With a Play-Doh?
He's clearly a lizard man with
that's what I was gonna say.
suit.
Yeah.
I think of that man more as a lizard than I do anything else.
He's wearing a skin suit.
Skinwalker!
Maybe AI can make him a better skin suit.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be nice. But nope, this is what we're stuck with. That's one of the richest people on the planet.
Hey, could be us, you know. Just gotta make a stupid app.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, how's that cog for Unella coming, Linus?
I haven't even looked at it.
I know.
I'm gonna get to it.
Linus and I had this
I
fun
haven't read
idea.
the documentation yet.
We had this fun idea one afternoon, and he tried to script basically a ChatGPT plugin for Unella. But alas, it did not.
Oh, well,
the first
I did
attempt
not
did not
read
work.
the documentation at all.
Yeah.
I just built it based on what I surface read. So,
Are you sure you didn't throw a wrench in the cog somewhere?
Oh.
I probably put something wrong in the cog.
Sounding.
Oh, we have the most unhinged podcast when Lateness is around.
It's true.
Yeah, we haven't talked about sounding in a long time.
Well, you haven't asked.
If you don't ask, if you don't ask.
New metric.
You don't ask.
What gauge is everybody else up to?
I'm going by drill bit size.
Is the ultimate goal still to be able to stick an entire glow stick down?
Lord.
Milestone to hope for.
That is. Hey.
Gets hard. All you hear is. Uh,
Oh, that's great.
if you snap it, it glows.
Oh shit! Bend over and start to glow. That's fun.
You think you've been to a rave, but no.
You'll be raving after that, though.
Hell.
Partial credit. Alright, so what else? Oh yeah, Starfield is getting a lot of attention despite the fact that it's still a terrible game. People are just really trying. I say people, specifically game reviewers and game news sites are trying to showcase the positive aspects of this terrible flop.
Yeah, didn't you get an upgrade or something recently?
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
And no one cared.
And nobody cared.
Can I? Do I still have to carry a bunch of shit and be encumbered like 90% of my playtime?
Yep.
That's
Pretty
you
much.
see,
Yep.
that ruins it for me.
takes you right out of the immersion.
You can't give me stuff and then expect me not to pick it up.
I mean, yeah, that's the point of the game, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same as like Fallout. I'm constantly encumbered in that game because, I mean, if there's a desk fan, I'm gonna pick it up.
Well, that's the point of Fallout, is to pick up all of the desk fans and adhesive and duct tape.
I mean, I literally am always encumbered in that. I've got pots, pans, fucking everything, but don't ask me for a weapon because I got fuck all of those.
You got that one plasma rifle that you picked up at like level 2 and you've just been trying to survive with that.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I enjoy the gameplay of those kinds of games, I can never play them just because I always feel like I'm missing out if I don't pick up the things that I've been told to pick. That I haven't been told to pick up, but they're there to be picked up.
You don't have to be told to pick it up. It's there.
It's
Therefore,
there.
you pick it up.
I'm South African, so like literally anything that's you don't have in your pocket and you're not going to share with me, if it's out, it's mine. You just pick it up.
Kill those humans, Zero. Kill them dead. Drink their blood. Suck them off.
Giggity. Very confused.
That was the other thing that was all over V-Rising reviews, was people describing the situation in their house while they were yelling into their microphone for their friends to suck them off.
This is why I'm in a private server. I don't have to worry about other people coming into my game and fucking it up.
And sucking you off.
Yep, that too.
Just a little suck.
Little sucky.
So if everybody's doing remakes and reboots of movies, then why hasn't anyone proposed getting Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman back together and Winona Ryder to do another Bram Stoker's Dracula?
I mean, that was a good movie.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. No. See, here's the thing. I used to feel that way too because I remembered it through rose-colored glasses. I went back and I watched it. Keanu Reeves is awful in that movie.
Oh, was he? I need to go watch it again.
He's trying his best to do an English accent, and it is not working.
Oh god, I gotta go see it now.
Far and away.
Bringing back old De Niro for Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein reboot.
Oh, jeez.
Between that generation of those two films, I think that was the better. I think Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was better than Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Maybe. But, Linus, in your defense, Bram Stoker's Dracula is a really excellent movie in terms of filmmaking because it was one of the last movies that used really super elaborate practical special effects. There's obviously no CGI in that movie, but there are a lot of filmmaking techniques that went into it that were brought back from older movies. The train scene, when Keanu Reeves is on a train writing a letter, for example, that's not... There's no film layering in that. Like, the countryside moving out of his window and the text sort of, translucently passing over the window as he writes, and there's a voiceover. That's not layering. They did all of that in one shot. And there's this whole setup that somebody broke down for behind the scenes of that movie, and you can see like the train car wall and where Keanu is sitting, and there's a projector that's putting the text up in the background. There's an actual scroll of like a countryside that's moving. It's very elaborate and it's really impressive, and it looks great.
I'm gonna go back and watch it and try and see if I can pick these things out.
Oh yeah, and Gary Oldman's shadow moving independently of him. That again, not added in later. They did that in the shot as they did. Really, yeah, real cool stuff.
So an absolute masterpiece is what I'm hearing.
Yes. And even though Keanu Reeves did not do a terribly good job acting in that movie, he is still very charismatic, as he always is.
You can always count on that.
I should go back and I should watch Speed again.
Mm.
That was a masterpiece.
That was over the top silly fun.
It
I
was
actually watched.
something.
I did watch that not so long ago. Actually, I think it was somewhere in Europe, and like they don't play anything other than old fucking movies in English. Everything else is German or some other language.
Oh, you went to... Where were you in Germany? You didn't go to Munich, did you?
I went to Berlin and Amsterdam and Prague.
Gotcha. You should go to Munich next time. The beer gardens are to die for.
Yeah, I've been to Munich before, but I'd never been to Berlin. I will say I think Berlin is a miss for me unless you go clubbing. I think if you were going to a rave or something or partying till for the whole fucking weekend, because the clubs don't close. They're open from Friday through to Sunday.
Oh, really?
Basically, yeah. So they don't ever close.
I didn't do anything social in Berlin. I was when I was in Berlin, I was working, and then we drove or were bussed down to Munich, and we had a couple days off. So that's probably one of the reasons I have such fond memories of Munich, is because I had nothing to do but go to beer halls and.
Yeah, Berlin wasn't like pretty. It's pretty plain city, so it's not much to see. Munich's much more nice to look at.
I forget if I was there during the Euro Cup or the World Cup, but it was when I was in Munich and I was in the beer halls. It was when Argentina was playing Germany.
Yeah, I was there for the Euro Cup, so I watched Germany versus Scotland, and they fucking decimated Scotland.
Poor Scotland. They don't. Well.
Hey, they know golf. Come on.
I still remember one of my favorite parts of Train Spotting is when Ewan McGregor just flips out and he's like, "Some people hate the English. I don't. They're just wankers. We were colonized by wankers."
That movie was something else, I tell you what.
God, that was a masterpiece there.
The soundtrack was hot.
Yeah, that was back in the day when it was super novel to have a movie soundtrack that was just like really awesome pop songs.
Dun, 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 dun. I love that. That was good.
Dun 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 dun. Find the feeling. Yep.
Nothing beats that first audio track from Blade. I'm sorry.
Bum diggy 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 bum diggy da. Dun, 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 dun.
Us trying to create techno music with our mouths is hilarious.
This is what draws people to the podcast.
I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed hit with those those kinds of sound effects.
We do have a bunch of viewers right now on my mod board. Hell. All right, one other thing. I read this on Torrent Freak, and I see it's being covered on other sites as well. But there's a police investigation that was announced, I think, last week into a South Korean ISP, which has been accused of infecting almost 600,000 of its own customers with malware, specifically to combat torrent traffic. So they, I believe in that country, as in this country, it is not legal for you to throttle certain types of traffic. You can't be selective about what you allow your customers to access on the internet. So they can't just throttle BitTorrent traffic, but they're having so much traffic across their network that they were having trouble keeping up their infrastructure to be able to handle the load. So they have been accused... Yeah, they've been accused of deploying malware services to people who are using BitTorrent, specifically to slow down people's computers and to make it just a pain in the ass to try and use the internet. And there's a whole conspiracy that's been outlined, and this has finally reached the prosecutor's office in South Korea. And again, there's a police investigation. Looking at a malware squad operation that was part of KT, which is the name of the ISP in South Korea. So there you go.
That's how it's done, kids.
We don't want you using... Yeah, well, here's the thing. In the States, don't we just, like, if ISPs keep on getting DMCA'd about a certain customer pirating, don't they just fucking IP ban?
Yes, I worked for... God, I hate saying this every single time with you guys. I worked for Cox for a while.
And now we know this forever.
But
how long has it been since you worked for Cox?
Yeah.
Years.
So it's been years since you've had good Cox?
Yes. Well, no, I currently have their service in my house. And it runs at a gig.
You used to work for Cox, now you pay for Cox.
It's true. Yes, when I was working for Cox, I used to get Cox for free. But there were actually customers who would come into the store and they would bring in notices that were sent to them by the government that said, you are not allowed to have internet at this address because, and I had she was every bit of like 70 something years old, but her grandson had been pirating movies, and he was on her internet, and
what kind of shit stain doesn't know how to use a VPN?
Well, but they there is a notice that is, when we receive that letter, a notice goes onto the account that says, do not start any service at this address. And it physically red lists the address in the system where it will not allow you to set up any service. Even if the person moves out and a new person moves in, there is no service allowed at that address.
So, yeah, I just always assumed that was how it was done. The malware solution seems a little
ingenious,
ineffective. Oh my goodness. But seriously though, VPNs are dirt fucking cheap. And if that doesn't work for you, there are proxy lists that you can just go on the internet and find and do your torrenting through a high anonymity proxy.
Aren't there free ones coming out now too?
Which
I'm pretty sure I
VPNs?
saw. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I
there
saw several free ones as well now.
there are a ton of them, but if your VPN is free, then like you're guaranteed not getting privacy when you use it. They're harvesting your analytical data. That's how they're profiting off it.
Nothing's free.
Right.
If it's free, you're the data.
But it's like I think I pay $50 for 2 years of VPN, and then I can have it on unlimited devices, and I've never had a speed issue. So this is it's not an unreasonable thing to go and find a decent VPN.
Yeah.
Not that I pirate. I don't. I actually don't use BitTorrent on any of my computers. I have a computer in Europe for that.
Last decade.
I have a computer in Europe for that. Nice.
Gotta download 4chan somehow.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I download my fortunes.
4chans.
Thank you, Leetness. See, this is why we keep you around.
Thank you.
I thought
The only reason. No.
I thought it was because of his stupendous cock.
I think we've established that that Zero's the one with Cox.
Acceptable.
Forever Zero.
That's a callback now.
Never gonna let that one go.
Nope.
We're gonna put it has
Hold
been
tight to that.
it has been 200 weeks since Zero worked for Cox. It has been 0 weeks.
Hey, I know
0
the
weeks
truth.
since
You
Zero
know the
paid
truth,
for
and so do
Cox.
I.
Yes. Thank you,
Actually,
Omega.
It's been 2 weeks. Since the last time I paid for Cox.
Oh yeah. Okay, fine.
Because I only pay that bill monthly.
Right. Point
Oh.
taken.
15th, so now we know when to send Zero cock bills. Cox bills. With a different account or something like that. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't scam you like that. Not today.
Not today.
He would scam you. He would scam you in other ways, though.
Very
And
likely.
I would expect no less.
There is one last article here that I thought was really fun. So SSD storage is set to use 1,000 layer memory chips by 2027. That's a lot. That's very impressive when you're talking about each one of those layers. Basically, we've gone over how memory is printed. So you're talking about 1,000 layers, like 1,000 pieces of paper stacked on top of each other. And what that's going to offer is potentially, by 2027, 2028, we could be seeing 20 terabyte NVMe drives for under $300. And that is what this article is about. And it's great. It's very intriguing technology. The largest flash chips right now have 162 layers. But 218 layer models are going to be coming out soon, like this year. But we're talking about going from 218 layers to 1,000 layers in 10 years. So that is kind of great. Actually, less than 10 years, significantly less than 10 years. We're like 6. So I thought this was really cool. Memory is always interesting.
Memory.
Oh, yeah, that's another movie that nobody ever talks about anymore. Even though it starred Taylor Swift in a cat suit, that really got the furries all hot and bothered. Also, Judi Dench dressed as a giant pussy. She's great. She's a treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Judy.
One of my favorite Ian McKellen appearances was when he did Saturday Night Live back in, I think, 2001 or 2002. And he came on Weekend Update with Jimmy Fallon. That was back when Jimmy was doing that. And he was dressed up as... he had like a full dress on and a wig and pearls and really nice satin gloves and a purse. and he just came on and he was talking about the Oscars, and he was, for whatever reason, he was super jealous of Judi Dench for 5 seconds. It's like, such a clever little Judi Dench. Such a clever, chubby little Judi Dench.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I hope he's okay. Sir Ian McKellen, if nobody else heard, was doing a stage performance in England, I think, and accidentally took a bad step and fell off the stage.
Oh no!
So haven't heard. I heard that it happened. I didn't hear anything else. So I hope that it wasn't too serious and he's fine.
Well, gentlemen and ladies, I think it's time for me to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah. Not a whole heck of a lot happened this week in gaming news. So we've covered it all. Thank you for joining us, special guest star the Linus.
My pleasure. Lovely to talk to you all again.
Yeah, enjoyable as always.
Now, if we can just get
Please
Fluffy
come
on
back.
one of these.
I know.
We need to get Linus
What?
and all of us and Fluffy.
We'd have to have the chat on the screen always because we all know Fluffy only talks in GIFs.
Oh, I can totally do that. Yeah, I got that covered. If he wants to do that, we got that covered. I still have the setup from the last anniversary podcast because I told Fluffy, Fluffy was just like, maybe I can come, and I was just like, okay, if Fluffy wants to communicate with GIFs, I'll create a new source for him, and I did, and I still have that set up, so we can do that. Oh, so yeah, GG's Linus.
GG's. Night, guys.
Sleep well.
Kiss, kiss, night, night.
Kiss, kiss.
What else was in? Oh, do you have all the voice recordings and can I have them? Yes. Do you still have maps of our house crews and Conundrum and can I have them?
Yes, but that I'm gonna have to dig for.
Okay. I found or I think I found a preview image of the Patreon account, which had it's got like the basic house design. So I can recreate like the walls. If I have to recreate the entire thing, I probably can, but because I have like the walls, but you decorated the inside and the outside of it, and I'm gonna have to do that by memory. So it would just be a lot easier if I,
No, I've got them somewhere. I just need to figure out where that particular folder is because I have 2 maps folders, and I'm not sure which one I put them in. But that's totally on me because I made myself 2 folders named maps and expected myself to be able to keep them straight.
Yep.
Clearly hasn't happened. But I know I have them. So to give you a full thing, like I made them with a program called Dungeon Draft. And
Yep.
then I used assets from Forgotten Adventures to kind of flesh out the thing. And fun fact, I actually looked up old plans from a Victorian house. They're floating out there on the internet, and I loosely based my design based off of those floor plans.
Nice.
I did not come up with that house purely 100%. I had a basic outline of what I was going for. Found like I think the image that I showed you guys of kind of what it looked like on the front. Yeah, that's what the plans of that house actually are. Because I mean, why make it up when people put it out on the internet for free? I'm much better at innovation. I think is probably the proper word.
Yeah. Hey,
I take stuff and I'll fluff it up for my own purposes. But yeah, so I've got the Dungeon Draft file. But you would also need all of the Forgotten Adventure files to actually properly manipulate it. Now, I'm pretty certain that to get it imported into Foundry, I exported it as just a fairly high quality PNG. So I can check that and see If they are good enough quality, I can send them over to you. Those don't require. They're not. I can send them to disc. And then if you need something higher quality, I can fire up Dungeon Draft and we can do that.
So I have Dungeon Draft, and I have a couple gigs worth of Forgotten Adventure asset packs. I definitely have the free ones. And there were a bunch that are just available on Patreon, and I have some of those.
Yeah, it's just such a cheap Patreon to like $2.
Yeah. It's super reasonable for all the assets, and I had a lot of fun playing around in Dungeon Draft and making some maps for fun. I know what you're talking about with whole, like, yes, there are floor plans for many things all available for free on Google Images. So just grab them. No need to reinvent the wheel.
Mm-hmm. I was having a moment too, because normally, like, I'm really good about making houses.
Mm-hmm.
I will watch HGTV if presented with the opportunity to do so. It's a problem, so I try not to problem of it. But shit happens.
There have been precious few examples of a house or a building or an asset of some sort that I have 100% made from scratch. And that's usually when I have a very specific idea and nothing else will do.
Mm-hmm. Was this?
Did you already kill the gold guy, Zero?
Yep.
Did you suck him off?
Yep.
Nice.
Wow. Just.
That's how you do. That's how it's done.
Yes, that's how vampires do.
I also think it's hilarious that you're a vampire and you're running around with, a machete and a bonk stick? 2 axes?
2 battle axes, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do they have a bonk stick in this game?
Yes, actually. Bonk stick.
Oh yeah, that's a nice bonk stick.
That's a big old bonk stick.
Fascinating. So yeah, all right. That's about it. It's getting time to wrap up here, and I gotta go walk my dogs eventually. So,
yep.
Enjoy. Hope everybody had fun. I think Kirby had to bow out because he was having internet issues. But
well, bye, Kirby.
Hey everybody. GG's, and we'll see you. Let's see, next week, same time, same place. It's gonna be the 4th of July. I didn't ask whether y'all are doing something special for the 4th.
No.
Cookouts on Thursday, and a cookout on Thursday and a cookout on Sunday.
Damn, it's supposed to be hot as balls here. But yeah, me too. Barbecue. Masami, you guys... yeah, you get the day off. Federal holiday.
Doesn't always mean I get the day off.
Oh, they couldn't. I know, like... Not rain or shine or snow or hail will stop you from delivering the mail. I get that. But come on, it's America's birthday.
Yeah, we're getting that off, but some of the federal holidays we still have to work.
I didn't realize that not all states follow federal holidays. I'm learning... maybe I learned that when I was a child and I've forgotten it, and I'm learning it again as an adult. But I always thought that, Martin Luther King Day is a federal holiday, so everybody gets Martin Luther King Day off, except for private sector. Nope.
My wife actually does. It's funny. We both work in insurance, and she gets most bank holidays off. I get I think Juneteenth is the only bank / now federal holiday that I get off.
My insurance company follows the stock market schedule.
So you only work. All right, that's
Yeah,
that's for the post show. So yeah, GG's everybody. Same time, same place next week. Happy 4th of July. Preemptive. Happy 4th of July. And fuck Winnie the Pooh. Fuck Elon. Fuck Linus. Fuck Putin. Fuck Nestle.
Yep.
And is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think I've forgotten more fucks than I've given.
Ah.
That's deep.
That's how it always is.
It's deep. There's a lot of deep stuff. The deep.
Come on, guys. Knock it off.